So in a prior video, I was talking about the iPad Pro after 3 months, and one of the major pitfalls that I gave it was the lack of a national or local file system. I'm sorry, local file system. And so there are solutions out there, but they all require wireless transmission, and I personally prefer to keep all of my important documents on a thumb drive. And while there's certainly thumb drives available for iOS, what you can do with them is very limited. You basically have to have a main computer of some kind. Now, another issue is the ability to run niche software. iOS has a Zoom utility, but it's nowhere near as advanced as ZoomText. And I've shown you that I've got a video on the ZoomText for the Macintosh that I put up about a year ago. But I never really showed you ZoomText for Windows. And the great thing about this is that because Windows 10 is available on tablets, with the right specs, you can actually get a tablet that will have these kinds of features. And excuse me, I'm having trouble speaking. This is like the fourth time I've tried to do this video. The even greater advantage of ZoomText for Windows is the fact that you can actually order ZoomText on a USB drive. And what that allows you to do is, for instance, if I'm using a PC at home, I'm using a PC at work, my girlfriend's using a PC, my mother's using a PC, my brother's using a PC, by having this software that I'm about to show you on the thumb drive, I can effectively take my custom magnification settings with me wherever I go. All I have to do is install a display driver, and that's it. When I eject the thumb drive, that thumb drive does not leave a trace of the program on it, on the computer. It's just a really great, convenient system if you're going to be switching between multiple computers all day. So let's get to it. This is, again, ZoomText for Windows. So what we're going to do is I'm going to explain this to you. Right now, ZoomText is off, okay? And the reason I know that is because what looks to me like yellow, but I happen to know happens to be the ZoomText logo, and that's only because I've used this before. If this was brand new to me, I wouldn't know where anything was. It's turned off. If that gold coloring had a blue background behind it, then ZoomText would be enabled. So to enable it, all we have to do is click on this button. Now I should note that when you launch the software, ZoomText will be enabled by default. But the reason I disabled it for the video, for the intro to the video, was because I wanted to show you the difference between regular magnification and ZoomText magnification. And actually, while we're here, I'm going to show you the difference between ZoomText magnification and Windows magnification. So we're going to go ahead and start the Windows magnifier. So this is the Windows magnifier. You can see things are pretty janky. And the cursor has absolutely no enhancement whatsoever. So it can sometimes be hard to follow, especially on smaller screens, like tablet screens. So if I'm going to keep my arrow here on the ZoomText button, I'm going to get out of the Windows magnifier. Now I'm going to enable ZoomText.
ZoomText enabled.
Okay. You immediately begin to see the difference. The fonts are a lot smoother. The arrow is enhanced. It's nice big yellow.
ZoomText enabled.
You can see a square, a red square surrounding the button, which makes things really easy to see and locate. Excuse me. And what's really cool is if I hit one of the menus,
File,
and I arrow through,
open configuration, save configuration, open default, save as default, save configuration, open default.
So I get cursor enhancement in my menus.
Reader.
So if I'm going to minimize this, and let's go to the web. because it's on the web that I use ZoomText's built-in readers the most.
Mozilla Firefox. Search query. Search order. Search query. Page loaded AI squared. We've got accessibility covered. AI squared.
So what I can do is with a simple keyboard command, and on tablets there's a touch gesture to enable this, because there are regular navigation gestures. There are also gestures within Windows, but there's also a ZoomText touch mode, which enables me to activate certain features that I'm about to show you here. Now, I'm showing this to you in a virtual machine on an iMac, so there will be some performance issues. Also, there is no touch screen, so I'm going to be using the keyboard to initiate this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Shift Option A.
Add reader tool.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where I want to start the reading. So let's say here. So if I click here on the word we
offer ZoomText, the world's best screen magnification and screen reading solution for the visually impaired. Windows, the most stable, secure, and customizable screen reader available. And site queues for corporations who want to offer accessibility solutions to all their customers. Whatever your needs, we have a solution for you. Watch intro. News. ZoomText Fusion now released.
Okay, so it's going to go around and it's going to continue reading, and I can just stop and start that at any time. So to get out of here, I just hit escape. Another reader that's really nice, and it actually works really well for PDF documents, especially journal articles, because what it allows me to do is have a split view of sorts where I can have customized text, and I can also have the regular view. This is actually something that the Macintosh does not allow me to do. And the advantage for ZoomText for Windows is the fact that it's a lot easier for me to locate in a lengthy journal article, say 20, 30 pages, exactly what it is that I want to quote from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to initiate the dock reader, Alt-Shift-D. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to initiate the ticker mode. Right now we're in prompter mode. So if I go over here to ticker
mode.
And this is really cool because you can skip all the extraneous material, much like the dock reader, much like the app reader. The only difference, again, is the fact that I get a bird's eye view of my document as well as enhanced text and font size and whatnot. And again, this is really nice because it allows me to easily take a look at both views at the exact same time. Whereas in app reader, you notice that the magnifier focused on what it was reading, and that's more like for casual reading. But what I'm thinking is that for a PDF, for a lengthy journal article, it's just a lot easier to do this, because not only can I locate exactly what I want to copy and paste if I want to see about taking down some notes for a paper later, I can also skip any extraneous material. So if we were to start the reader right now,
AI squared site queue zoom and speech tools. Site queues assist users who do not have their own screen.
And you notice it started reading. And right now I have no idea where we are. But I do know that there's text here. If I click on it,
4.
And I hit play.
For over 20 years, AI Squared has been building world-class solutions that make computers and the internet accessible. We offer ZoomText, the world's best screen magnification and screen reading solution for the visually.
So you can see I can take a look again at both views. And the really great thing is that I would know exactly where I was in an article if I wanted to get more information about it. So I'm going to get out of here. Another really nice feature that a Windows tablet would have over an iPad is different lens types and multiple monitor support. So if I go in here, I'm going to go back to my magnifier tab.
ZoomText 10.1.
Go to type.
Context.
Like I said, multiple monitor support, so I could have the magnified view, because right now you're seeing the magnified view in the lens and the full screen view outside of the lens. Well, if I was dealing with a lot of data or a lot of reading, like a lot of journal articles, like if I was writing a literature review, then I could have two monitors hooked up, and I could have the magnified view in one monitor, and I could have the regular view in the other monitor, giving me a bird's eye view. And again, overall, it speeds things up. This is something that is not available on the Macintosh, and I hope they bring that to the Macintosh before long. Also, the line view. So if I go to line,
Zoom window line.
Now, there is a keyboard shortcut to initiate this, but off the top of my head, I don't know what it is. So for the moment, you'll have to bear with me.
AI squared. We've got accessibility covered.
So
Mozilla Firefox.
If I go ahead and find my text, go ahead and go into the app reader.
App reader tool.
And click.
For over 20 years, AI Squared has been building world-class solutions that make computers and the internet accessible. We offer ZoomText, the world's best screen magnification and screen reading solution for the visual.
So again, you can hit Control to stop the reading, or you can hit space and it'll tell you what the current word is. Again, this would be better for PDFs, but it's really nice because you don't necessarily have to move your eyes around near as much. This is something that I hope that they would bring to the Macintosh, but in terms of a tablet, this is something that no other tablet would be able to offer. So I'm going to get out of here by hitting Escape, and I'm going to go back to ZoomText.
ZoomText 10.1.
I'm going to switch back to
Context. One monitor.
And
overlay.
Go back to lens.
Zoom window lens.
Okay. So I'm going to minimize this.
AI squared. We've got accessibility covered. AI squared. We've got accessibility covered. AI squared. Mozilla Firefox.
So that was just a very, very short video about something that a Windows tablet would be able to do, that until we have major hardware improvements, I've already talked to AI Squared about this. They said that they've been looking at porting this kind of software over to the iPad. The major holdback at this point is the hardware. So until we have major hardware improvements that will be able to run ZoomText or something lighter that could do the same thing, we are, in terms of getting this kind of enhancement and functionality for the workflow of somebody who's visually impaired, the only way you can do it is through a Windows tablet. So that's just in case anybody was curious. I know that there are some people who have not seen the technology before, so I just wanted to share that with you. Feel free to add your comments. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome, and have a nice day.